Hello, everyone. Today, I think after such long talks, you guys might be very hungry thinking about food, right? So, I'm gonna talk about that to make you a little bit more hungrier. Okay? So, currently, we also have that when you go near a fridge and you are just looking at your fridge and seeing the food that you cooked or meal prep like 6 days ago, and then thinking about it that, like, is it even fresh to eat? Is the chicken, the leftover chicken, even good? Because I do that so many times just because there is no visible mold around the corner, or unless and until I see something is dead inside, I can tell if it's good or not, right? So the problem is that the only solution for me is to either smell it or just guess every other single day. And that's exactly what we are going to talk today about: the unseen dangers hiding in our plates, in our groceries, and in the hands of the people who did everything right. Like this farmer, Miguel. He is a lettuce farmer in Yuma, Arizona, the region which is responsible for 90% of the winter supply of lettuce. And he tests his water, he does everything right, follows every possible protocol, but still, in the spring of 2018, his lettuce and other farms led to 200 people go to the hospital and 5 people even died. He couldn't see it, no one can see it, not the distributors, not like the mothers who were carrying that lettuce inside their carts, they couldn't see it. And one of those mothers was Sarah, who did everything right, meal prepped, washed everything, the best she can do for all her kids. But still, on Tuesday, she made some salad with like Roman lettuce and olive oil. And on Thursday, her kids couldn't go to the school. They actually went to the hospital. And Miguel couldn't see that. Sarah couldn't see that. Neither do you or I could see that. Just because the question is now, is my food fresh or not, is not something I'm thinking about. Now I'm thinking about it's 2026. And still, the best tool to actually understand if our food is safe or not is what? Smell or guess. So that's why, I could have come with hundreds of astonishing ideas in front of you and like give a good takeaway as a chemist or a scientist. But I really wanted to point this out to you that right now we live in a way where a doctor in Tokyo can scan and just understand a tumor which is a grain of a size using AI. We have self-driving cars. From space, we can see a number plate of a car, but yet you and me are still sniffing in our kitchen. Is this leftover chicken even good or not? Can you imagine the amount of struggle we have? But don't worry, I won't leave you like empty hands after going back. What if I tell you there is one magical solution, which I like to call nano superheroes, and I'll tell you why. So, science has the answer for almost all of it, and in this case, the answer is actually not a big answer. The answer is unimaginably small. We are talking about particles so tiny that if you line up thousands of them, they would fit across the width of a single human ear. That's nanoparticles, and I like to call them superheroes. You'll get to know why. So, before your eyes glaze over, it won't be like a chemistry lecture. Here's all you need to know. Some materials, when you shrink them down to such small nanoscale or tiny particles, we are talking billion times smaller than a meter, they start behaving completely different. They develop abilities that their larger versions couldn't have. Something like a bit like water. Water can behave like steam or it can also behave like ice. So, same material, but different properties of that under different conditions. So at the nanoscale, certain metal-based material, like you can see these zinc, silver, gold, they develop something remarkable. They become even sensitive to their environment, like changes in temperature, pH, detect the bacteria, and even sense the gases that are coming from your food. And more interestingly, what if I tell you that scientists like us, and I have also worked on this, is what we can do is put these special nano superheroes into the polymer matrix or the plastic material you have for packaging and prepare a simple small label like you can see over here. So put it on your turkey package or your chicken package. It's just a small label which can change its color to tell you that your food has spoiled or not. How cool is that? So now, you as a user, or me, or your mother, our parents, how will their experience look like? We will go to the grocery store and we can just look at that small dot or an indicator. Is it green? Is it red? Like, how is it signaling? Or is it telling us that it's gonna get spoiled? Eat it fast, right? And what blows my mind is basically what goes inside. So when this chicken or this any type of meat products, when it starts to spoil, it leaches out some bacteria. And those bacteria leads to biochemical reactions, which can release gases, which are these metabolites, as you can see, and it goes directly to your packaging material, where our nano superheroes are hiding and sitting there, just waiting for these metabolites. And once it goes and attacks there, it detects it, and those nano superheroes changes its color, just signaling danger, not fit to eat. Now, let's go back to the story of Miguel and like Sarah. Remember them? If there were such types of smart packaging, some intelligent nano sensors, then Miguel would have gotten an alert. So it wouldn't have shipped and the 200 people wouldn't have gone to the hospital, right? And Sarah wouldn't have picked that product, and then her daughter would have gone to school instead of the hospital. So this, I know, is a time where living in 2026 in the era of AI, space technologies, we are still sniffing our food is something we got to change. And I want to tell you the future is smart. We have intelligent packaging is what it is called. And with a simple visual cue of a color change, you can actually know if your food is good to eat or not is your takeaway. So the answer to one of our oldest problems may just be the smallest thing in this room. Nano superheroes who can see the unseen dangers. Thank you so much.